Hey, what's up guys, and welcome to casual play that's also a mixture of the news. It's often a mixture of the news, but this one is a big topic. If you have been following the news, then you will know that Nvidia have unveiled their latest product, which is a streaming device. And this streaming device is a mixture between your standard Chromecast type device, but also a games console and a games streamer. Now, this is very exciting. Let's start with the number one thing. It's been branded as a games console, and while that is true, it's not really going to be, I wouldn't say so anyway, a direct competitor to like the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One. Now you might be wondering why that is, and I guess that is arguably my opinion, and that's just, at least at launch anyway, it's just not going to have the same catalogue and the same support that the PS4 and the Xbox One have, as well as the fact that a lot of people won't really know what it is. That's not to say it won't eventually become a true competitor, but at the moment I think it's fairly safe to assume that if you're wanting to get a PS4 or an Xbox One, don't hold out. If you really want one of those, I wouldn't say that it's worth waiting for this, because you'll probably be waiting a while. But what this console can do that you can't normally do is it actually will do, and I'm out of ammunition, brilliant. It will do video, it will stream video 4K at up to 60 frames a second. So this is the first streamer of its type. It's the first device that will actually be able to do that, and it runs Android TV as well. Android TV is very big this year. If you watched any of the CES coverage, you'll know that a lot of televisions were actually using Android TV, and it is something that hopefully should pick up, because it's nice to have one big unified platform. And you've also got quite a lot of content on the Google Play Store that you'll be able to watch, view, or listen to, depending on what's no, that's armor. Forgot my keys. So what is this thing going to do? Well, like I say, it does run Android TV, but it's got a lot of power behind it. They're saying it's got twice the amount of power that the Xbox 360 had, and this means that you're going to be able to run games natively. Whether this is actually going to be at 4K, to be honest, it's pretty. I have my doubts. There'll definitely be indie titles, I'd imagine, that will be able to do 4K no problems whatsoever. But if you're wanting to play the latest titles at 4K, then this isn't realistically going to be able to do it. That said, it's also going to be streaming using the Nvidia grid system, which of course is getting more refined over time, to actually stream the latest titles at 60 frames a second at 1080p, which is of course what most people are going to want. For the majority of people, they don't have a 4K TV, you know, and that's more than safe to assume, and a lot of people don't really care about 4K and stuff anyway. So 1080p at 60 frames a second is pretty much the best that people want at the moment. I mean, obviously there are always going to be people that want more, but realistically it's not going to be capable of streaming 4K via the grid system, not at least for a while, and to be honest that will probably require an even more powerful chip to decode that sort of signal. But the thing here is latency, because obviously if you run your games at 1080p and 60 frames a second, that's something that the next generation consoles, well, the current generation consoles I should say, can't really do at the moment. So if it does manage to do it without having any serious latency, then that is going to be better than what you can get with the PS4 and the Xbox One. But you are going to get compression, so that means you're going to get some artifacts. Think YouTube. So this footage you're watching now, of course, has been compressed in order to go on YouTube. That's just how streaming stuff works at the moment. It's just to obviously save on data, and so you can get good performance without compromising too much on pitch quality, but it is something that running locally will always have the advantage. If you run locally, you're going to not get that compression artifacts that you will get when you use something like the Nvidia grid system. So depends obviously how mainstream the support it gets, but assuming it got support from everyone, then it's going to be very interesting, because all the games will be available on this new system, and this new box is only going to cost in the US $200, I believe. I will leave all the details to this box below as well, because I won't put any images or anything in this this video. So it's best that you just go on the Nvidia website using the link I've left in the description below to actually check out this thing for yourself, because it looks very good. It's very thin as well, and obviously it might be really loud thermally, but Nvidia are normally pretty good at that, so I think it's pretty safe to assume that the box is going to function quite quietly, and it's going to be able to be tucked away. But of course we have to wait until we actually review it to see whether that will be the case. But Nvidia have normally been pretty good on that whole side of thing. So who's this actually for then, this product? Well, they were heavily mentioning in their press conference that I think they were saying 100 million people at the moment have a games console in their home or something like that. And this is going to enable everyone else that doesn't have that the option to actually play games from the comfort of their home without needing an additional console. So while this is going to target gamers and people that want a great gaming experience in the living room, it's more arguably targeted to people that will be using Chromecasts or smart TV applications or any sort of smart TV box at the moment. It's going to replace that, and this is the first 4K box of its time, which is very good because it means that the people that bought a last generation 4K TV are going to now be able to stream content from Netflix and things like that. There were some Panasonics as well last year that didn't actually have this functionality built in, so it means that we're going to actually be able to stream stuff in 4K for the people that have already bought a 4K TV and don't have that functionality built in, as well as some cheaper sets that also don't have that functionality built in. I need to get over there. Who's shooting me? Who's shooting me? And the reason I picked Crysis as well for this video is they've said that it's actually going to be able to run locally on Android TV as well, or at least on their dedicated store. So how that will look, we don't know. There'll be a whole mixture between games that are run locally and games that aren't run locally, and I'd be quite interested to see how they actually do look on different platforms. It's a shame that, well, you never know, but you might be able to get something both able to download and able to stream, and then you'd be able to assess quality between the two. So that is the Nvidia Shield box anyway. Very interesting. I think it's going to sell quite a lot. I mean, it is more expensive than your typical set-top box, but arguably that's not necessarily a bad thing because it has a lot more functionality in it that other set-top boxes at the moment don't have. And anyone that has already got a 4K TV is going to go out and going to get this set-top box straight away, I'd imagine. And it will probably be the actual first time that you can get Netflix 4K just on any device that isn't a TV built in. So that's very interesting. But obviously, what do you think? Take a look at, like I say, at the link below and let me know. Is this something you think you would be interested in? Is this something you would buy? If it wasn't something you'd buy for you, is it something you'd buy for someone else? Do you think it's going to do your friend or your parents or your cousin or whatever any good? Obviously let me know. I'm very interested because they're very excited about this. I like the fact that the whole remote that you use, a lot of it's going to be voice activated because it's Android TV, but they've also got a headphone jack on the actual TV remote, so you can actually listen to your TV just through your standard set of headphones without disturbing anyone, or as they said, or if someone asks you to not disturb them. So it's an interesting thing anyway, and as long as there's no latency and there isn't too much artifacting, the games are going to be good and are going to look good. Maybe you'll be able to stream from your PC as well down to your living room. Not entirely sure if that is the case. We'll have to wait and see. Yes, I can get up there. Brilliant. Oh, almost fell off. So yeah, it's not going to be a replacement for your super high-end PC, but it is something that you could stick in your living room that is going to be better than your Chromecast, and that's going to do a lot more things and is going to enable stuff that wasn't enabled before. So yeah, like I say, let me know what you think, and for more news related videos, obviously subscribe to PC Centric, as well as other computer and technology videos that are of course coming very soon. If you like this video, give it a like. If you didn't like it, then obviously dislike it, and like I say, please let me know. I'm always interested to see what you think and whether it is something you would buy. So thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one.